Okay, Season 2, Episode 1. I'm Bird from Bird's Empire. This is
Mike from the Michael Corey Group.
So for those of you that's watched previous episodes, you know the content that I put out is meant to inspire people with personal growth. And that could be overcoming negativity in different facets, or that could be implementing positive change by developing habits that allow you to live a more optimal way of being. Tonight's concept will be about compromise. And when we think about compromise, we're talking about compromising within oneself. A lot of us we have a set of goals that we aspire to obtain, but we give ourselves a way out. We give 80%, 90%, and we're happy with that. But at the end of the day, if you have a set of goals, let's look at this in a sense of going to the gym. If your goal is to go to the gym 5 days this week, and the goal is to run a mile every day, if on Monday you run half a mile, what's the likelihood on Tuesday you'll actually run a mile and a half to get back on track? I look at this as a form of being indebted to yourself, which could have a spiral effect of being stressed, depression, just overall you're carrying weight that you don't want to have. With that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to Mike to give you some ideas on ways to overcome the compromise that we normally face on a day-to-day basis.
All right, cool. So as we know, like, some compromise is good, but the compromise that we're speaking about is basically the type of compromise where we're compromising with ourselves and things that we have to do on a daily basis. You know, for an example, like, we wake up in the morning and we say we got X, Y, and Z to do, and we're like, what are we gonna do to take care of those things? Some of the best principles and practices that you can do to take care of those things is write it down. Write it down in your phone, get your journal, notepad, whatever it is, and create some type of checklist in terms of getting those things done. So what we a lot of times fall in a trap of is, like, before we get something else, one thing done, we start focusing on the second thing, and then we start focusing on the third thing, and then what we need to do is focus on the first thing first and accomplishing that goal. Another good practice that we can do is what you guys probably know is called the buddy system. Find somebody that's kind of like trying to live that fulfilled life and accomplish goals in terms of whatever it is that you want out of life, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's making money, whether, whatever it is, and having that buddy system so you can have somebody that can hold you accountable for your actions on a daily basis. Say, hey, did you get X, Y, and Z accomplished today? And then do that throughout the day. Don't wait till the end of the day and asking your partner and say, hey, did you get it done? Ask them after 10 o'clock, after lunch, before you get off work, at the end of the day, so then you guys can hold each other accountable and say, yes, I got this done, and do it on a daily basis, and you'll see that you'll start to get more of these things done, as you holding each other accountable. So I think that, coming up with a plan, starting it, writing it down, making it plain, creating a checklist, and doing what's necessary and holding your partner accountable, holding yourself accountable, will lead to much better results in getting your day accomplished as you had planned for initially.
So to recap and/or conclude, the key concepts behind not compromising with oneself is to avoid a snowball effect, avoid feeling stressed, avoid feeling overwhelmed, avoid getting to a point of even depression, depending on how much you put on your plate, in which is not really a priority. So developing a list of things that you want to achieve, and again, giving yourself no way out. Like, it's all or nothing. And in doing so, you don't have to set the bar extremely high. You want to build motivation. You want to, or build momentum, I should say, to make sure that you're going from point A to point B. You're checking things off the list. Not if you have a list of 3 things and you got to get to 100% and you're doing 40, 40, 50 or something of that nature. No, if it's 100%, get one thing done, then move on to the next. That whole concept of trying to be a jack of all trades, that doesn't really work when you're trying to achieve tough objectives that you've had that's been a challenge for you. Yeah, for certain things that may come easy, but at the end of the day, you want to alleviate compromising with yourself, make sure that you're doing all you can to achieve your goals.